What you're about to see may seem a little bit over the top and a little bit crazy even. The traditional yoga diet does leave a little bit to be desired, with modern science catching up with things that are not so great for you. Not everyone can take the grains. This is a bit of a postscript to the following video, shot after the video was shot. So if you don't have all the ingredients and stuff, don't freak out about it. Just use what you can. It's more about being mindful about what you're putting into your body yoga. So let's get on with this video. Hey, Al here. Heaps of people asking me what I have for breakfast, so I thought I'd give you a bit of a demo of what I have. It's a concoction of a lot of really amazing superfoods, and I'll try and explain a few as I go along. So let's get the show on the road. First, I'll start with some nice organic apples. Apples are one of the foods that has the highest pesticides and used in the growing, just because of all the insects and stuff. So I really make a point on using organic apples. And there. This here is Maca Powder. You could probably Google it. It's just another Peruvian root or something that's great for vitality. So I chuck in 3 really heaped teaspoons of that. And here I have some pomegranate juice. That's quite nice, just to add a little bit of sweetness in there, a little bit of flavour. And I chuck a bit of this in, which is Phycocyanin, which is if you can't see that, it's very turquoise blue. Very expensive, this stuff, so it's a bit hard to source. But you can see what that looks like in there. Then next it's a bit of Dunaliella Salina, which is another microalgae, which is very high in beta-carotenes. I'll be back to the Phycocyanin, that's very high in antioxidants. And then generally I'll put in a few other different ingredients. There's some, I'm not sure what that one is. Old Dave from Nature's Superfoods, he's always sending me up some different things to try, so I've been just trying a few different things in there lately. There's a few different stuff I have been trying. I tried a little bit of noni juice, a little bit of papaya juice, a little bit of freeze-dried McCoy, I think that's how it's pronounced, acai juice powder. So yeah, you don't need to have a fixed method all the time, but yeah, this is just a general guideline. And, here we have some barley grass juice powder. So this is actually an extract from the juice. So it's not the ground powder, which I'll be putting in a little bit later. So it doesn't have a lot of fibre in this, but it's certainly just packed with nutrients. And I just put a little sprinkle of cinnamon in there. You go easy on the cinnamon. Apparently it's emerging that it can be a bit hard on some of the internal organs. And then a sprinkle of ginger. I mean, if you're really super keen, you can always get a fresh piece of ginger and just grind that up. And just put a little bit of fresh ginger in there, which is ginger's a great anti-inflammatory food, so it's pretty awesome. I've got a little bit of saffron. Check your turmeric. Check that. That's great anti-inflammatory for the brain and antioxidant. So yeah, we're getting there. Sometimes if I'm going to be doing some strenuous exercise, I might put a couple of teaspoons of L-glutamine in there. L-glutamine is actually proven, shown in scientific studies to increase growth hormone levels by up to 400% if it's had before exercise. So yeah, there's definitely something to that. Then I'm going to put in a little bit of bit of LSA, this is linseeds, almonds and sunflower seeds, which is just to add a little bit of fibre and bulk in there. So yeah, it's progressing nicely. If you haven't got all these ingredients, just, you know, some of them, there's probably more than I can actually absorb in there, but I like that my body will just take out what it actually needs. So yeah, so we're getting there. So now I'm going to start putting a little bit of the main ingredients in. So I'll start with some fresh silver beet, but I'm just going to go out and grab that from my garden. Just going out to my garden. This is the beautiful spot that I'm living. I'm a bit into the non-intervention sort of property maintenance. Makes it nice and easy for me. So yes, I'll just head out to the garden and get some silver beet. So yeah, this is just part of my backyard here. So very good. So there's a little bit of silver beet over there. Yeah, nice and fresh. Some fresh enzymes in that thing is really really helpful. So yeah, I've got a good little lot of silver beet out of the garden now. So that's great. Head back into the kitchen. So yeah, there was the bunch of silver beet that I got. Yes, I got some fresh silver beet from the garden there. It's very nice, pesticide free for sure. And I'll give that a quick wash. Just wash to take a little bit of the stalks off. They it's a little bit stringy and they can get caught in the blender there. So that in there. So yeah, it's progressing very nicely. And then I've got some berries already prepared here. That's just some blueberries and some raspberries and some blackberries, which are in New Zealand. But yeah, berries are also high in pesticides. If you can get organic, it's the way to go, but they can be very expensive, so I make sure they are washed very well. Generally I'll use frozen ones. So yeah, we're getting up there pretty full now. Okay, so now I'm going to add a little bit of liquid in there. Over here I use the reverse osmosis water. It's very clean. You can, reverse osmosis is a very clean sort of water system that's put through a membrane. If you've got some challenges with it, you can of it being too pure, you can always put a little bit of salt in warm water to remineralize it, or you can put it in the freezer overnight to restructure water. There's different theories on that. So just to show you the purity of that. This is a little total dissolved solids meter, which tests your water. It's a great idea to have one if you're in a city or something, just to see, so you can actually see that there. 0.1 part per million clean, so that's a very clean water. I haven't remineralized this because it's going into a smoothie, so there's not a lot of point in it. So just put a little bit of liquid in there. I find putting the berries on top of everything else just helps it crush it down a bit so that it blends a little bit better. So I'm just going to put this on my Kenwood blender here. You generally need a pretty powerful blender to knock this out, because there's a lot going on in there. So now I'm going to give it a Okay, that's sort of got a lot of that bulk all mixed in together. So now I'm going to start adding a few more of the main bulk sort of ingredients. So what I have in this this container here is actually not what it's on the label. It's a blend that I've made myself. It's got organic spirulina, organic barley grass, and organic wheatgrass in there. This scoop's about 25 grams. So this is, you know, spirulina is one of the most nutrient dense products on the planet. Most have heard of these days. It's coming around. So a couple of big scoops of that in there. That really adds a lot of nutrients and fibre and vitamins and minerals, you know, that you just can't get that sort of nutrition just about in any other whole food. So that's pretty good there. So I'll chuck that back on the blender there to blend that in. You know, I'll save this one here for a little bit later. This is actually coconut kefir. You can use goat or dairy or something like that. This has got a lot of good bacteria in it, which help your digestive health, etc. So I'm going to pour a little bit of that in there, just to bulk that up a bit. And then and I'm also going to add some chia seeds, which are another superfood. Really got high omega-3s and stuff, even though vegetable omega-3s are not as absorbable as some of the animals, but the vegans out there will really like that. But yeah, and it's also adds a bit of bulk, and you know, I make this for a couple of days, and this really helps thicken it up and really set it, these chia seeds. So yeah, that's what I've got. I've got 3 massive serves, you know, that's enough for feed me for today and tomorrow morning, and it just has a totally different consistency tomorrow morning once all the ingredients percolate together in the fridge overnight. So yeah, and I just pour it into a nice big glass, and there you have a very amazing breakfast that gives you a great start to the day. So I mean, it can be pretty strong with all the spirulina and the grasses and stuff, and if you've got a palate that's used to a lot of sugars and stuff, it can be quite full on. So cheers. Just make a comment down below if you've got any questions or anything, and we'll see you another day. I love this shit. It's awesome.